Hello everyone, you are welcome back to my channel. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to subscribe if you have not, so that you can always get a notification when I post something new. And if you have not watched the previous episodes, I would entreat you to go back and watch so you can get the flow of what we are doing, because we are still talking about exceptional children, exceptionality. And we started with giftedness. We spoke about the characteristics, what makes these children unique. Today we are moving on to the challenges they face and how we can support these children to overcome the challenges. And so we start with the challenges. Now, one of the challenges that these children tend to face is that they tend to feel underachieved. So there is that issue of underachievement, because when they find themselves in a class or amongst a group of people, either whatever is being done is too slow, so the learning is too slow, or it is not challenging enough. This sometimes makes them disconnect because you are not challenging them enough. And so instead of following the line, they rather stop whatever is being done, and so they just sit back because you're not challenging them. It is too slow, so why get involved? And so this is one, underachievement. Now the second one is social emotional challenges. So because they don't connect with their peers of the same age, they either feel isolated or they feel people do not understand them. Let me put it that way. So, their thinking is a bit higher. The way they think about things is a bit different. Like I mentioned earlier, being a gifted child doesn't mean high IQ. But then these children are outstanding in certain areas. And sometimes when they are with their peers, the same things that their peers are doing, they probably want to do it differently or more creatively. And their peers may not understand them. And so they would either isolate themselves, or there's always that misunderstanding, because I want it to be done this way, you want it done this way, I'm not understanding what you are saying. He's also not understanding, and so there's always that issue. And so that is a second challenge that they face. Okay, and so the third challenge we are looking at is perfectionism. And so sometimes we end up gifted children, let me put it that way, gifted children end up wanting to do things so perfect that they become very anxious or stressed, because you do not understand why something cannot be in a particular way. It's like if they are lining something, the line has to be perfect. They do not take it's okay. It has to be perfect. And that is one major challenge that they face. So this is the third point though. Now we are moving to the fourth point. Now the fourth one is that sometimes people misunderstand giftedness to be a behavioral challenge, because these children do not behave in the traditional way that would expect a typical child to behave. They would stand up to you. If you are saying something they don't understand, they will stand up to you. If they feel what you are saying is wrong, they'll stand up to you. If they feel you are challenging them on something, they will stand up to you. They would not just keep quiet and just let things go because, this is how it's done, or the adult is always right. No. They will challenge you. And so people always tend to see it as a behavioral challenge. And parents with gifted children always get bashed at, why your child being this way? Your child is talking too much. Your child is asking too many questions. And you know how in the local society, people expect children to behave. But no, gifted children do not follow the traditional rules. And so these are 4 of the major challenges that gifted children go through. Now let's go over it again. So we have the underachievement, we have social emotional needs, we have perfectionism, and then we have giftedness being misunderstood as a behavioral challenge. Okay, and so now let's dive right into the support. How do we support these amazing children? Now, the first thing you can do is that you can encourage exploration. And so let them have independent projects, or let them attend advanced classes, or you can send them out for extra curriculum classes, because if whatever is being done in the class is not matching up to their standard, it's not challenging them enough, or it's too slow, you have to give them something that will challenge them. Because mind you, one of the characteristics I mentioned, that they have a desire to learn, like they love to learn. And so the more you challenge them, the more it keeps them going. It prevents them from being slow, from disconnected. Now, the other one is that foster a mindset growth. Now, teach them that it is okay to make mistakes. It's okay for things not to be perfect sometimes. Let them understand that they cannot always get things the way they want it. So that when that happens, they don't get stressed, they don't get anxious, because that also affects them. It affects how they go, how they perceive the world. Okay, and so now we move on to the third support. it is very important that you try as best or as much as possible to connect your gifted child or children with other gifted children. Because, when they are amongst people who think like them, who behave like them, it helps them to express themselves more. It helps them to push themselves to become better. Because the more they are challenged, the more they give their best. And so you can go online and find a community of gifted children, giftedness, or find them somebody who you realize behaves like them. Assuming your child is very good with creativity, arts work, find somebody who does that and let them connect. If your child is good with music, find somebody who is good at music and let them connect. It helps the children feel wanted. They feel connected. Everybody wants a clan. Everybody is happy when they are amongst people who behave like them, who thinks like them, who understands like them. Okay, and so we move to the fourth. Now, with the fourth point is advocacy. Advocate for their needs wherever they find themselves, when they are amongst people, like places where they spend a lot of time. Let them understand who your child is, how they think, how they understand things. In the school, talk to their teachers, to the administration, so that if it is possible, they can, the curriculum can be pushed a bit higher for them. Because such children, when you give them 10 minutes, 5 minutes, they are done. Something that will take the other children like 30 minutes. And then if they attend church, the Sunday school teachers, let them understand the children, how they think, how they behave. Whatever that makes that child stand out, that makes that child unique, let the people around them understand. If it is your family, extended family, help them to understand these children. It makes it easier for them to settle in so that they are not judged or they are not pushed on the side and they do not feel left out. Okay? And so I'm going to share a little story before I sign out. Now, growing up, I was very good with big words. So let's say I think around age 3, tell me to spell, let me say elephant, I will spell it. Tell me to spell ant, and it was so horrible. I could not spell smaller words. If give me bigger words, I could spell them. Now, during my classes, there's extra curriculum. My teacher did not understand this. And so she ended up always beating me because she doesn't understand how can you spell big words and not spell small words. And so in all of that, I had to now force myself to learn smaller words, which made me forget how to spell bigger words. Now, with all the challenges and all the up and down, eventually I didn't like spelling. I hated dictation. And up till now, I'm okay with words, but it's not my favorite because the advocacy was not there. Like, I bet my parents at that point do not even understand that, okay, what our child was going through was a special kind of need and she needed support. Or my teacher probably did not even know that this was what was happening. And so it's very, very important that as parents, caregivers, teachers, we pay attention to those things so that in an attempt to help the child do well in something else, we don't end up making them miss out on that special talent they have, that unique gifts they have, that thing that the others are supposed to improve on and get better at. And so I would really be glad if you could also share your story with me. If you have any experience like that, or if you have any gifted child, any unique experience or something you'd want us to know, please do what to share with us in the comment section. But do not forget that these gifted children are special. They are just like any other child that deserves love, support, care, and attention so they could grow and become who they are meant to be. And so this is where we are going to bring the giftedness to an end. We'll move on to another aspect of exceptionalism. Thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe if you have not, so that you can follow up on this episode because there is more coming.